Hey again, it's immediately after the last session. I've realized I can't save while this event is up, and I'd like to unfold the event in front of the cameras. So I'm going to unfold the event in front of the cameras and try to stick this onto tomorrow's episode. Let's see if I can make it happen. It's a massive public loss of opinion, and roughly half of my control points suffer a crackdown for 12 months, which is quite a bit longer than a normal crackdown. And all my nations become less cohesive. Or possibly more if they're already too cohesive, like Saudi Arabia. But I think that might only include the nations that have me in their lead position, which is quite few of the nations I have. So, crackdown on the trade unions of France. One of the places in Belgium, one in Kazakhstan, one in Canada. Costa Rica's not important. One in Saudi Arabia. The Czech one. Mexico's unimportant. Bulgaria's unimportant, although the executive is a bit more so. Niger's unimportant. Nigeria's unimportant. Nigeria's unimportant. So, that was a good outcome. I only lost 2, 3, 4 that I really care about. I've lost one of my Canadians. I've lost my French. And I've lost one Belgium and one Kazakhstan. So that is really benign. As you can see, I've lost like 30% of my science, which will be annoying. Alright, see you tomorrow. Hey again, guys. It is now Friday, March 14th, a few days after the last one. This should be my last episode of this sort. Here we are in space for no particular reason. I can now see a bunch of alien ships coming my way. That's why I've put you in space. Truth to tell. So, I'm going to take a minute to tell you a bit about my life this episode. I'm not going to be rushing multiple turns per episode anymore because I was mostly trying to get to that event, which should hopefully have appeared before this in the same video, where we discover the aliens are violent and the Academy has a problem with morale and everybody abandoning them. So that's what I was trying to get to. It's good to get to it early, even though it's bad for the Academy. It's good to have it as soon as possible, get it out of the way. So having it in January of 23 is quite early. And also, it was pretty mild. So that's great for everyone.
Reporting in.
So now I can be a bit more
At your service.
slow about the game. But basically, as I was mentioning last time, Donald Trump has seized the White House of America, causing all kinds of trouble, and the American race, including all my family, are having a big old meltdown about it. So, I'm the one of them who's well positioned, let's say, and everyone is looking to invest in me.
Ready. We'll bring this nation.
So that's great for me. So I have, I've been sitting in Kenya for some time. Last time I was telling you a bit about my unhappiness with the speed of my life, but that's hopefully changing. For one thing, I mean, the ones who are actually in America right now are dorking around being slow about moving away from America, which makes sense because they can't hardly see the outside world at all or whatever. But my mother has $30,000 around the place, and she is ready to invest that in my company in exchange for me paying dividends to the school she manages. She wouldn't mind the school being independent from the outside world, living off Kenyans. So that's the first major thing that's happening right now. 30,000 into my company. I'm hopefully going to use that to build enough of a bare bones factory to start exporting my plastic, my HDPE, and if I can find a customer for that who is ocean bound, that's going to be extremely lucrative, and that'll turn my life around substantially. we're hoping to get that one done maybe in time for July of this year. The other major important aspect is it doesn't have anything to do with the outsiders. It's just, oh, look at that. That's quite a huge support increase. I've been working with the governor of Lamu County. I'd love to zoom in on Kenya, but this map can't really show the Kenya coast in detail. But here's the Kenya coast. So this is basically just wrong, but Lamu County is going to be up there, I think. Yeah, this is Rosengomeni. That's Malindi right there. So this is Lamu County, I guess, up there. And I am hopefully going to start shepherding the trees of Lamu County, and this should also be potentially extremely lucrative. I've gotten it on my own, but right now my mother is in Kenya, and she's really hustling ass to help me with this. So basically my mother is kind of coming together for this one. So that's another major business of mine that might be landing any minute now. And finally, I have a smaller business now that I'm in the UK. There's some lady in London who I'm going to help her build a workshop for her little handicrafts in Nairobi. She should pay me for that, and then I'll also supply her with plastic pieces. So these are my three things I'm working on right now. So this is actually hilarious, this close call that happens from time to time. Yeah. Sounds like it's a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. I mean, if it hits, it's a bad thing. But it's like 4 or 5 misses for every hit. So the close call is just free tech. So that should be, because right now I'm worried about losing my technological advantage in various locations. So the close call is a big help with that.
We're taking over.
And I'm grabbing all these European countries, get back to where I was technologically before. So hopefully I can get all 3 of these. France is kind of the most important one.
We've gained significant support.
Got it. Okay, so when after the thing fell, I went from 22 to 12. So I'm already halfway back to the tech per month that I lost last time. Humanity first, failing to purge in Mexico. Sure, dude. Still under the limit over here. So yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about is what's happening in America. My aunt, my father is in California over here, and he is freaking out. Look, I have an army for the first time in the game. Now that I'm in the command seat of France, I can control the French army. So for example, if someone attacks Palestine, I send Canada to help out Palestine, then I send France to help Canada, then my French army can go defend the Palestinians. The only armies in Europe that are, well, like Ukraine, but mostly France and England are the big ones. They're quite well developed in this game. But anyway, my father is sitting in America. He is freaking out about Trump, and he's trying to put together the pieces to help me as well, but he's not doing anywhere near as effective a deployment as my mother. And I also have my cousin who's sitting in Austin near, I think probably on this, no, that's Dallas, okay, whatever. She's over here, and she is wanting to extract herself because she's black and gay. She wants to come to Malindi and be black and gay and happy and safe. But she's also kind of doing not a good job. She's afraid to come to Africa. She is dragging her feet. She wants to look like she's saving herself, but she doesn't actually want to save herself psychologically. So I have a bunch of more Americans who might become useful later. But for now, I'm okay insofar as I have some pretty useful guys also. So yeah, that's more or less it. Since I have a quick minute here, let me show you what happened with the aliens back then when I was freaking out. So I researched alien signatures. This is, yeah, they're really alien. Like, it's very slow to figure out what's going on. So now I've realized they're abducting people. I've realized they're exiting the crafts and they're abducting people. Now, what I have 3 things I want to do. I want to get at either their crafts or their people. I want to investigate a time when the aliens are abducting people, which will have to be after the next flight lands. And then I have another research project to do. And this is all still just figuring out what's going on with the aliens. And I'm neutral to the aliens, but I care a lot about them, so I want to figure out what's going on, progress the story. Alright, this will be a bit over 10 minutes, which is fun because I'm going to be allowed to do it this time, but I won't go too much over. So this is the last episode of this little series. Now what I'm hoping to do is, starting in a week or two, I want to put something up every Sunday where I just update on whatever happens to have gone down, like a more diary entry kind of thing. I think that could be a nice organ, and I'll keep that going for some time, maybe until my companies I'm deploying have started to land. I'll do another season 2 of this where I do a weekly update. I'd have a lot of fun with that, I think. Okay, see you guys later.